Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we'll be taking a look at my Stug 3 World War II German tank. So the Stug 3 is actually a nickname for Sturmgeschütz the third. Sturmgeschütz third. That's my guess on how to pronounce it. I'm kind of lost. But it did have a nickname besides the Stug. It was called the Sturmy. Why? No clue. But this is my Sturmy, or my Stug, or my Sturmgeschütz. And today I'll be explaining it. So I do most of my German vehicles in the very light gray, just to kind of set the difference between my Americans and the Germans, the Russians, whatnot. I find that when I do the Germans in the light gray, it does look a little more bland, but I find that it helps overall when I look at my collection of builds. So the Sturmgeschütz, I'll explain some stuff about it. I'm going to first show the model. There is no interior. I do have it by 8 studs here, 10 studs with the armor plating, and I'd guess 14 to 16 studs with the tracks. I have not actually measured that, but it is pretty wide. The tank IRL was 22 feet in length and 10 feet wide. I think 7 or 8 feet tall. I do not remember. I know I read it somewhere, obviously looking into the tank. There was 10,000 of these made in production, which is quite the range. That's a lot, especially for the Germans at the time. They weren't producing their equipment at that high of a quantity. They were more or less going for quality. The reason they could produce so many Stug tanks was due to the cheap components that were needed and not having a swivel turret. Not having a swivel turret allowed them to just have to build the base model. They were using their large, I guess like flak guns inside of the tanks and just building armor around them. A cool fact about the Stug is they didn't actually make a new body. So they used like a coexisting one. They used the Panzer III body. It obviously reduced costs, already having, you know, they could have had broken down Panzer IIIs and have almost a full body still alive. So they could have used those. And other reasons as well, you know. The Panzer III was a good body. It had, I think it was almost 50 millimeter thick armor, which was pretty good armor at the time. 50 millimeters could, especially at the angle, could deflect bullets and, you know, not take as impactful shots from other tanks. The barrel on a Stug was normally 3.3 meters long. They did range because at one point when the Germans were desperate, they were actually switching out the cannons in Stugs because they didn't have any in line, so they'd use other artillery guns. It is a 75 millimeter cannon, so it was shooting pretty big shells. And you know, it was a pretty big tank. It weighed probably, I'd say 35 tons. Don't mark me or don't mark my words, just because I know the Tiger weighed between 45 and 50 tons. So I want to say the Stug was 35-40 tons. At least that would be my guess. Another cool fact about the Stug was they were confirmed for the most tank kills in World War II, standing at 20,000. So knowing that there was only 10,000 produced, let's say all 10,000 didn't reach the line, they had over 20,000 tank kills, which means when you were in this tank, you were destined to kill 2 other enemy tanks.
Boom! 2 + 2 is 4, -1, that's 3, quick maths.
Yes, at the time. And as we perceive it, in a Axis Stug 3, it was perceived you would destroy 2 Allied tanks, Shermans, Crusaders, Churchills, just corresponding tanks like that. And that's pretty much my Stug 3. Throughout the video, I'll show clips and pictures of it, but I think I did a pretty good job capturing this front piece. It was a flat into an angle, the visor here. The cannon does have swivel feature to it, so you can have a straight cannon or an angled cannon. It did have a low velocity cannon. The interior, I tried to make it existent. As you can see, I've got it kind of patched off. So there is a bit of an interior, not enough to really get minifigures fitting in there, sadly. I tried, but I couldn't make it work. That's the hatch for if minifigures could fit inside. But yeah. What's it called? It's got 5 track wheels each side, just 5 big track wheels. I used the thick tracks on this type of tank. I wanted to fill this out with flats, but I didn't feel like wasting the pieces on it. Talking about pieces, before I posted the poll on my shorts, I was building a American truck. Obviously just a carrier. I'm probably going to put like some sort of LMG in the back. I don't know yet, but yeah, I was in the production of making just a little truck for the Allied. I do have plenty of, let me just move the Stug to the side. I know it's a Stug video, but we got plenty of dark gray. I also got this other bag down here. Wheels, I do have an order of track links coming in, but so no track links at the moment. I've got the light gray for the Germans as well, 2 big bags, so I can continue builds. The pole was a German light gray for the German tanks as well. The pole was a German or a Russian tank. Obviously you guys chose the German tank, so I built a Stug. I built this actually the day that I posted the short, but this is going to be posted, well, I guess in the video it'll be today for whoever's watching it the day of the post, but I built this the day prior, the day that I posted the short, and not the day that it'll be posted on. So I think the next video will have to do with Russians, because I want to produce a Russian tank. I haven't actually built one before, so that could be an HV, right, or a VH, or an HK, or a KH, or a KV, yeah, a KV tank. It could be a KV1, you know, etc. Or I could just go full out, build a T-34. That was another very dominant tank in World War II. Some say the best tank. I'm more of like a German guy, so I vouch the Tiger and the Stug 3 alongside like the Panzer 3 and the Panther. Tanks like those, I love the Axis tanks. But the Russians also had really nice tanks, and you can't deny it. Like, they literally mounted like a what's it called, a battleship cannon on top of one of their tanks. That was crazy. The KV literally looks nuts. But yeah, you know, like that's the Stug 3. I wanted to make sure I could pump a video out today. I'll probably be posting a short later on, depending how it goes. And yeah, we'll just see from there. I really appreciate you guys, whoever watches. I hope everyone from the short comes and watches, especially the people that voted. I think this is going to be a good video. I was explaining the tank really well, and we'll see how it does. Obviously, for the tank, we can have like a tank crew. So there's a German tanker. Yeah. Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning into the video. Make sure you drop a like, comment on what you'd like to see. Again, I've got all these pieces. I'm ready to build. I've got an American truck in the working. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Germans. I'm producing German tanks. I've got armies of four armies currently, but I'm in production of making more. I'm working on my Japanese army. I'll have to start my French army. That'll probably be really soon. At least get 1 to 4 minifigures out there. And yeah, we'll hopefully work on it. My German army is looking nice. I've got 50 minifigures, somewhere around there. So I will slow down on them for now. Everything else kind of needs touch up on. Americans, the Russians need more troops. I need British troops. I do have British helmets coming in, so I'm going to try and pump out some British troops. But yeah, you know, thank you guys for watching again. Make sure you drop a like, and I guess we'll see you guys in the next video.